Good evening, race fans, and welcome to the historic South Boston Speedway for tonight's CIL Short Track Showdown, Atlantic 100. I'm Matthew Nordberg. Joining me up in the booth for tonight's race, Andrew McCall and Jordan Brooks. Jordan, what are you looking forward to tonight's race?
Oh, like you said, just such a great racetrack here. It's going to be so exciting. These cars are dealing with a lot of tire wear. I've been watching throughout practice. Everybody's struggling on these tires. So late in the race, it's going to be a lot of slipping and sliding. It's going to be a lot of fun to look out for. What are you looking at, Andrew?
Yeah, I'm right with you on the tire wear. I mean, based on my experience here, this place, you definitely want to ride around the bottom, just like a lot of other short tracks, and the tire wear is going to be a really big deal tonight. So if you go too hard in the corner, you're going to be paying for it later on in the run. But yeah, it's Sobo, baby. Got lots of tradition here. All three of NASCAR's National Series have been here. We got a lot of famous graduates of this place, like Jeff and Ward Burton, Elliott Stadler, all the Bodine brothers. So it's an awesome venue, and I think we'll see some great racing tonight.
Great racing, some great history happening at this track. Like you said, we are getting just set up for our qualifying to begin here. Each driver having 5 minutes to set 2 laps. Their best lap will count. Top 12 make it out of the LCQ. And I believe we're going to try and run an LCQ here tonight. I don't know how many. I believe we've got 3 drivers for that. So we're going to get right into qualifying here quickly. We're at the Atlanta 100, hosted by the South Boston Speedway. Such a great track here.
Indeed, and based on what we saw in practice, we're seeing the return of Ethan Johnson. So we'll see if he can continue his dominance that he started off at USA International a few weeks ago. But I also look for guys like Ryan Whitlock and Zachary DeWale to show a lot of pace. Right now we see DeWale on track. See what he can do here.
Yeah, DeWale looking for a good qualifying here. Saw him got into the top 3 last week or a couple weeks ago at Lanier, sitting a 14.8. It's about a 10th off what he was doing in practice earlier.
Pretty solid first lap.
Definitely. A lot of these guys can be looking. Start eye.
Seemed like he improved on it though. First lap ended up being the quickest.
Oh, and there's Muhammad Alif. He was very quick in practice, and it was one of 2 drivers who made it into the 14.6s, sorry, and he is right up there with Ethan Johnson, the 2 of them. 14.621 for Johnson. 14.687 for Muhammad Alif. Those 2 both looking very, very quick tonight.
Yeah, we've already gotten through most of our qualifiers. I think we only have Timothy Wilson, Matt Stowecki left. See if any of them can put up a quick lap time. But it looks like so far we only have 2 people under 14.7.
We got Timothy Williamson, that Drexel University car, setting his first lap. 15.1. Don't know if he had a mistake on his first one there as he pulls down. Justin Willott also 15.1. Matt Stowecki, the only driver not to set a time. Don't know if he was going to be racing tonight for us, so keep that update. Sterling Rilsley out here out of the UNC Charlotte. He was quick in practice, and he is quick once again. Right up in 3rd. 14.731. This driver's at the top, over a 10th ahead of everybody else. So,
Jordan, is this the race where Sterling is racing out of his RV tonight?
Is he? That would be incredible to see Sterling Rilsley up at the front racing out of an RV. That would be incredible stuff to see happen.
Yeah, I remember him mentioning that he was going to have to race out of his RV for one of these things, and it might have been this event. So if he put up a P3 lap time out of an RV, that would be a pretty amazing achievement.
It was a big jump up from where we saw him battling out. He got a little stuck behind some traffic in our last race, so he's going to want to be up front, and if this race works out for him, you might see him running from his RV a little more. He is done his laps now, so we're all just waiting for this thing to come to an end.
Last lap was a 14.858. Not his fastest lap, but it would have still put him in third.
Yeah, that far ahead, he can lose out by over a tenth and still be up in third. Those top three, kind of out in the league of their own. Rilsley to DeWale is just such a big gap, over tenth and a half there. So that's
Ryan Wilson's got Andrew Williams beat by 2/1000ths of a second.
Look at that. Ryan Wilson a 14.927. Andrew Williams a 14.929. Cool, that's, you're not going to see many laps closer than that. That is just incredible, both showing the 30 tenths back. That's incredible. Ryan Wilson just getting that edge.
Like Risley's just getting some practice laps in. I'm sure he's taken up his allotted qualifying laps already.
Yeah, seeing his lap times not changing at all. So yeah, I believe that's exactly what he's doing, just getting into practice.
It's an interesting strategy, though. It's not exactly something that I would have thought about, to be honest.
Yeah, especially with the over hour practice all these drivers had pre-race. This is, I mean, every extra lap can help for these guys, so you never know. Those are just looking for every last bit of advantage. This comes across the line. That's probably going to be his last lap as qualifying comes to an end here. We get ready. We are going to get set up here out of qualifying. I believe we're going to see if we can. I don't believe we're going to be running a LCQ tonight. We might not be able to skip it once again. iRacing not being the friendliest towards the CIL broadcast with us last week, battling some issues with getting that moved around. So yeah, as the cars start to line up here, got two cars side by side once again. Jason Willott and Matt Stawecki. Stawecki out of James Madison University. Jason Willott out of Drexel.
For pole sitter for this LCQ, Matthew Warren still hasn't gridded yet.
There's Matthew Warren. Stawecki not putting in a qualifying time, choosing to start here at the back doing this LCQ. So we're going to get rolling here pretty quickly. There we go, drivers off. Getting ready here to go green for LCQ here in the CIL. It's our heat race. All three drivers going to make it through. No worries there. It's all about finding where you're going to end up for the start of our feature race here tonight. It's just going to be 25 laps or 15 minutes, whatever comes first. Should be the 25 laps though.
Yeah, with roughly 15-second laps, it'll go quickly.
I believe we've got one more lap to green here.
I think Nathan Walla is the one who stands to benefit the most from this. He's normally pretty competitive in these cars, and basically any cars he's driven in this series. He's our Daytona winner in the College Cup Series, and he finished second at USA Speedway for the Clash about 6 weeks ago, so I'd like to see what he can do with this extra practice time.
Yeah, he's been able to really find the race pace here as we get set to go green. Green flag is now in the air. Matt Warren getting a good jump. Stawecki choosing to stay at the back a little bit. And here we go. He's going to clear himself off of Willott. And we are racing here at the Sobo Speedway.
We're just a little high, got a little bit loose.
A little loose. Ooh.
He is defending that bottom line.
Oh, and they're side by side. It's a very, very tight straight here, so that exit can be really tight. Stawecki's looking to get underneath him. Matthew Warren just going to hold that position for now, staying up high off that bottom. Front two cars really not getting down to that yellow line, as there they go. Matthew Warren struggling to get down there, eh? He is not finding the way right to that yellow line like we've seen all of our drivers doing tonight.
Maybe he needs to back out of the corner just a little bit more on the entry.
And maybe trying to carry a little bit too much speed. There we go. He gets down to the bottom on the exit there.
And If you stay stuck up high, you might risk eating up your tires more than you want to.
Yeah, and as we've seen, the tire wear is so difficult to manage here at South Boston. So, oh, no, just gonna back out of that one. Matt Stoecki. Not being too aggressive here, just gonna keep his nose clean. We are flying through these laps. There's 20 laps to go now already.
Yeah, 7 laps in, but Stoecki's still got time to make this pass, so he can take his time if he wants to.
Yeah, not worrying about time at all. So yeah, Matthew Warren really struggling to get down to that yellow line, and there he goes, Stoecki through. And that battle there has helped Jason Willott a lot. He's up 1.5 seconds on these two. He's clear 1.7 now. He is driving away with this one.
Gonna see if Stoecki can do anything to eat into this lead.
He's gonna push hard now. Got a little bit of clean air in front of him. Got Matthew Warren out of his way. Gonna keep pushing up as he's pulling a couple of tenths off here. A couple hundredths of a second every lap here. It's looking like 1.6. He's brought a tenth down. He's pushing. I wasn't sure if he was gonna be planning to start at the back. A lot of drivers trying to stay at the back, trying to keep their noses clean off the starts. He is pushing hard, looking for that extra position on Jason Willott.
Yeah, got a 10th back that time, but it looks like he's lost it again, looking at the live timing.
Yeah, they're just bouncing back and forth. Jason Willott, lots of race pace here compared to his qualifying laps, so he is just going to be cruising right now. Yeah, he's starting to pull this lead.
A couple laps ago, Stoecki was about a lane off the bottom. I think that really hurt his speed in turns 1 and 2, but that last lap, he really cut to the bottom well. Looks like he's cutting down that lead once again, but I don't know if he'll have enough time for him to get back to Jason Willott.
Yeah, definitely does not have time to make another mistake like that. He's got to keep it right around that yellow line all the way through the corner here and just get as much. Yeah, we've been seeing drivers using that apron to get that rotation in the car to get corner exit, a little extra pace down the straight. He's not pulling too much here. Just kind of sitting 1.6, 1.7 back. Oh, pulls a tenth there that lap. Wonder if there's a mistake out of Willott. He has just lost 2 tenths here.
Just gotta keep chipping away if you're Stoecki.
Yeah, hope for a couple mistakes from the driver in front as well to help you out.
Nice better corners that time.
Ooh,
right to the wall.
Yeah. Talking about that wall is very close on corner exits. On the exit of the corner, you come out and feels like the track should go maybe one more lane, and then it just ends. You got to be very careful to not go too wide. And a lot of drivers during practice was finding struggles keeping it off the wall in the corner exit, so that cost him. He's back down to 1.6 now.
A couple of 6 to go. You just want to hold steady if you're Jason Willott.
Yeah, no mistakes from this point onward. Just keep it clean. Warren falling off a little bit here. He's got 6 seconds back. Have to imagine he's flipped the wall or just taken his foot off the gas a little bit, cruising. But 5 to go here. Stoecki not eating into this lead as much as he started to. This tire work coming in, pushing too hard with the battle, so. There goes that lead, 1.8 now, about the biggest it's been all night. 3 to go, Stoecki's. We don't believe there should be anything to happen, but you never know. These cars are real loose, so it takes one person to push it a little too hard on corner exit, trying to get it in that back end will step right out from you.
You have to think Wallett's got this in the bag, barring some kind of catastrophe.
as we are last lap, white flag out in the air. And yeah, Willot just cruising here. Ooh, gets into the wall. Not cruising too hard. He's definitely still working, and there he goes. Making the checkered flag for our LCQ here tonight. We got Jason Willot, Matt Stowecki, and Matthew Warren going to round out our grid with that finish. As our drivers get set up for our practice or warm-up session here before our feature race, our 100 laps here. Going to be feature race.
Yeah, Andrew Jordan, that was a pretty great last chance qualifier from those three drivers. Didn't expect to see as much action as we really did. A lot of times these drivers can definitely kind of pack it in and kind of just accept their running position, really. But before we get into our feature race for the night, we have something new for all you viewers of the CIL tonight that you guys have yet to see. So we at the CIL really wanted to personalize our drivers. We wanted to make sure that you could get a face to a name, as right now a lot of the drivers you see on your screen, you kind of just know them from watching them here week in and week out. And one driver that we'd like to highlight tonight is Ryan Whitlock out of the University of Alabama in Huntsville. We got a special little segment that we put together to get you guys to understand and know Ryan Whitlock a little bit better. So without further ado, let's meet the driver.
I'm Ryan Whitlock. I'm a student at the University of Alabama in Huntsville, currently pursuing my bachelor's degree in aerospace engineering, and I'm also the president and a founding member of Charger Motorsports, which is a student organization at UAH. Our goal is to enhance the things we learn in class with motorsports. We've done local short track racing for a few years now. I've driven and spotted local short track. We're also dipping our toes here into autocross soon. And we've recently started working with a Trans Am team, which has been an excellent opportunity for our team members. Me personally, I've recently gotten into rock climbing. I enjoy weightlifting. And upon graduation, I would like to get a job in maybe the aerospace industry or in the motorsports industry, working as an engineer for an NASCAR, IndyCar, IMSA, F1 team, you name it.
And once again, that was Ryan Whitlock out of the University of Alabama in Huntsville. If you liked anything you just heard from Ryan, be sure to definitely reach out if you want any more information regarding Charger Motorsports at the University of Alabama in Huntsville or anything that he does personally. His email was in the video, but if you did forget it, it's rw0048@uah.edu. That's rw0048@uah.edu if you want to email him and get in contact with him about anything you heard him talk about. But getting back to the racing action on track, we got a good feature coming up here, Jordan.
Yeah, it's a really exciting race coming up here. Ryan Whitlock, very grateful for him letting us do that, get that started up for the Meet the Driver at Charter program. Very, very exciting there at the University of Alabama in Huntsville. So getting into this,
brethren right there.
yeah, they're definitely got some good graphics design people, because that car is looking real good coming around this racetrack.
Certainly expecting him to be up front tonight.
Yeah, he's shown some really good race pace all series long, and it's going to be a great race indeed. 100 laps around Sobo Speedway here. It's going to be, so it's a very, very historic track. You were talking about it before we got into our qualifying sessions, and these drivers know all about that, so they're going to be looking to make a little history here for CIL. It's our first time here. This is our inaugural season of our short track series here just for the students racing on Wednesday nights every other week. So we're showing off here tonight. Ooh, and there's a spin happening down on the track there, but Drivers just working, trying to find how to bump properly here. That's a big part of short track racing, Andrew. Just knowing how to bump, how to move that car in front of you, get them out of your way.
Oh yeah, it's all about knowing how to use the chrome horn and almost more importantly, when to use it, you know. You make a few enemies early in the race, that stuff will come back to bite you later, so you gotta kind of pick your fights wisely, figure out, you know, when you want to put the bumper to somebody or not.
As our warm-up comes to an end here, Ethan Johnson expectedly up at the front of that timesheet. He's quick like always as we are getting set for our feature race as we want to run down our starting grid. Starting in first is the Carolina Community College entry of Ethan Johnson. That's the 51 car. Starting alongside him is Ball State's R. Muhammad Alif. Starting in third is Sterling Rilsley out of UNC Charlotte, and Zachary DeWale, P4 out of St. Clair College. Ryan Wilson out of Minnesota State starting in fifth, and then in sixth is Andrew Williams, the Clemson car. It's a very nice looking car indeed, that Clemson livery. In seventh, we got Josh Comfer out of Kansas State University, and Austin DeLong in P8. He's from Penn College of Technology. Ryan Wilson starting in P9. We saw him a little earlier on. Alexander Hogarth, teammate of Zachary DeWale from St. Clair College. Another Ball State car in 11th starting is Cale Davison. And Timothy Wilms coming in P12. He's our last of our direct qualifiers here. As we look at our LCQ qualifiers, Jason Willott taking that one. Matt Stowecki behind him in 14th, and Matthew Warren rounding out our grid in P15 from Valparaiso. So we are just one lap to green here. Pace car lights are out, getting ready to go.
Yep, got our usual suspects up front, Ethan Johnson, R. Muhammad Alif. Let's see if Ethan Johnson just runs away and hides again, or if Alif can put up a challenge. I also want to shout out Ryan Wilson, the 56. This is his best qualifying result of the year in P5. A great start to the evening for him. Let's see if he can keep it going. About to go green here.
Pace car is off, and we are green flag racing here at South Boston Speedway. Good
fires
start
off nicely.
off for our leaders, though.
Wilson fighting well on the bottom.
The number 9 car getting underneath of R. Muhammad Alif there. And Sterling Rilsley getting down inside. It's going to look to make that car stick. Once you get caught on the outside of a lot of these short tracks, it's really hard to get down low. So you get a train of cars coming. Usually it's...
Alif had to give up that position. There's contact between Wilson and Williams.
Lots of battles happen throughout this field here early on. It's a very small track, so Andrew Williams, contact again. It's the 78 of Josh Comfort for battling
the
real
outside line is a little bit more viable here.
Williams, wide entry, taking the tighter exit, is getting those runs down that back straight. So we have the two Drexel University cars linking up here a little bit on Ryan Whitlock there. Ryan Whitlock. He's got two of those blue and yellow cars from Drexel, so it's they're gonna be working together, not fighting each other too hard. It's R. Muhammad Alif looking to get it back for second place here. Oh, contact.
Just a little bit.
Lots of rubbing. Ooh.
Look at Risley hanging tough on the outside. Looks like that line's going to be a bit more viable tonight, so maybe you'll need a bit. Oh, there it goes, the 9!
No. Oh,
and
we're
the
still
50's
green.
still out behind. Caution is out.
Oh, and there goes. And there goes the caution. Wow.
That is a lot of damage on the 56 of Ryan Wilson.
That's so unfortunate. Ryan Wilson got such a good qualifying here tonight. Getting caught up in that is see what happened here. This was hectic as we come around. It's again the battle happening in front. It's the main focus. Wonder if this self-spin maybe. Car's very loose on the exit. Oh, the O2. Oh, he's checking up for the O2 and just gets right into the back of him there. That's real unfortunate. He's trying not to wreck the 2. That's 2 had a problem there with Zachary DeWale, so I don't know what was going on there.
This is real unlucky for Wilson. Got run over from behind. 78 at Comfort couldn't quite check up in time.
Yeah, let's take another look. There's a mess happening at the front that we were focusing on. Oh, the O2 was checking up for this incident here. That's why he was going slow. Look how sideways Rilsley was.
Locked up the front brakes. Look at that.
Just trying to keep it straight and trying to keep it out of the wall. Ooh, that is... Our Muhammad Alif is very lucky to not have a lot of damage there. That was very, very close to that pit entry wall.
Ooh, we're getting physical early on. Yeah, but I think you saw it in that little opening stint that this outside line looks to be a little bit more viable if you can just hold it up there and pin the guy to the inside off the outside wall on corner exit. So you might need to get a bit more physical when you're side by side.
And these drivers have not been afraid to be physical. Lots of bumping and banging already. So it's going to be a great night. That keeps up as long as everybody keeps it clean. As our pace car pulls off. And we are back green. Ethan Johnson pulling out. Looking to clear that 9 fully there. And there he does. Pulls away. And 12 of our Muhammad Alif getting the inside line on Sterling Rilsley.
Rilsley overdrove that corner just a little bit, but he comes back with some momentum.
Yeah, he's really holding on that outside line, really working for him here early, so...
He finally takes advantage.
Gonna back off, save the tires a little bit as the O2 gets inside of him now. Zachary DeWale.
Whoa, it tags the wall.
Big snap out of the 9 there. That was not what you wanted to do on the exit, getting into the wall pretty heavy. It's gonna have a little bit of damage there. He's just gonna... Then the O2
Williams
clears him.
Really had to check up on the exit, let the 9 car in. Just got a freight train from 3rd on back.
Yeah, there's big line from the O2 back. Everybody, single file.
Yeah, Ethan Johnson and our Muhammad Alif have largely run away from the rest of the field. Alif about an 0.8 of a second advantage over DeWale in 3rd.
This O2, look at that. 24 getting right up to the back of the 9. Ready. Just biding their time. Lots of time left. They're still just coming around lap 19, coming to the 20 now. So still 80 laps to go. Still lots of time. Drivers saving their tires a little bit as the Drexel car Timothy Wilms on the outside there. That's the 25 he's battling with. So Matt Stowecki, he's started to work his way up the field here from the start of our LCQ.
Yeah, already up to the top 10. Nice drive for him so far.
Gaining 4 positions. Timothy Wilms right on the back of them, looking to make an overtake. And now the 17 of
and the 9 car, a little bit of trouble up front.
Ooh, yeah, a lot of trouble. As so once you get out of the line, you see all of those drivers get past. That is rough for Sterling Rilsley as he falls 3 positions back now, and he's got another car on the inside. Just a lot there. Well, Ozil, another good drive coming out of the LCQ. He's up a good couple of positions here.
Looks like that extra practice is paying off.
Alrighty, let's take a look at what happened to that 9 car, because he got way outside, way out of shape, so I want to take a look at that. He's still slipping and sliding a little bit. Drew Williams right behind him, so. Ooh, overdrive the corner. Ready, keeping it clean. Getting that car back straight. He's been sideways twice now. He's been quite sideways, and he's been able to control that car, so his car control is on point tonight. Just keeping that car going all the way around, keeping it off the walls. A couple drivers tagging the wall there.
Yeah, it is. You gotta wonder if you're the 9 car. You've had a couple of sideways excursions already. You know how much tire life is that costing you? Will you be feeling that when you're up lap 80?
Yeah, it's not going to be a lot of help for him later in the race. Those tires can be trying for help as it is. So he's like Jason Willott working real hard here to try and get a nose in, but nothing of it so far, getting right up to the bumper.
Yeah, and now that it looks like we've kind of settled into the run here, I think this is the point where you really need to balance your aggressiveness with how much tire saving you want to do. There's good and bad consequences either way, but you know, you gotta have something that lasts until the end. And I think this is why it's really good to be Ethan Johnson and R. Muhammad Alif right now. You've got a bit of a gap on the rest of the field, so you've got some room to maybe back it off a little bit entering the corner. Give yourself a little bit more tire for the end of this race.
Yeah, those are Muhammad Alif and Ethan Johnson cruising out front. Ethan Johnson a full second out of the lead. And Alif got a full 2 seconds to the next of Zachary DeWale. So neither of them have to worry too hard. Can chill up front, save those tires a little more. These laps disappear quickly. Austin DeLong looking in on the 24 of Andrew Williams. Gonna find some path through. Oh, Williams heavy into the wall, and there's the 22.
24
Big contact. Woo-hoo-hoo. Whoa, gets into the 17. That car looks relatively undamaged from that secondary contact from Cale Davison, but that was not how Andrew Williams wanted that one to go. He gets up into the wall big coming out of this corner here of 1-2, so.
That second hit he took was pretty heavy, so you gotta wonder if he's got some toe damage.
As he comes, oh, big hit off that wall, and then the 22 just looking, he sees the window and he's going for it, and yeah, Cale Davison just taking a lick at him. The end.
Yeah, Williams has lost so much momentum going down the straightaway, and Austin DeLong tried to take his normal line and enter into the corner, and just there wasn't enough room.
Yeah, it's going to be a EOL for the 22 there. End of the line for him.
As well as Williams for his involvement in the accident.
Both drivers involved heading to the back. So that's
pretty typical short track racing. If you're not very familiar, if you get involved in an accident, both cars or the cars involved all get sent to the back, I believe, unless one of them takes responsibility, but I'm not completely sure on that one.
Yeah, here at CIL, they keep things clean, so got to punish the drivers for making those mistakes and wrecking. The lights are out on our safety car now, coming out of 2. We'll be going green this time by. See if Ethan Johnson can keep the lead for every lap so far this race. He's not misstepped once, so.
Look who's suddenly in 4th.
There he is, Ryan Whitlock, and there goes the 51, pulling right away.
That line did not get going that time.
The 0-2 looking to get a nose in on the 12. The 12 very defensive there from R. Muhammad Alif, jumping to that inside as soon as he was clear. That was very, very close. He gets in line quickly, not letting that 2 by. As Jason Willott is on the 0-2 of his teammate, the 20 of Alexander Hogarth.
Nice run from Hogarth. I think he's 6th right now.
Yeah, he's up to 6th now, so he's working his way up this field nicely. St. Clair College car looking good.
Yeah. Muhammad Alif's the next guy on this list if you can get to him. Or, excuse me, Sterling Risley.
That's Sterling Risley, who's looking to make his way back up the field as he was involved in an incident earlier, and he's now getting himself all out of shape, so he's working back, trying to find a slot on Ryan Whitlock. And right to the bumper. What a view off the front nose of these cars. See just how tight together they get. Right up. Very, very close racing here.
Just for Whitlock, you just got to stay on him. Stay right on Zach DeWale. See if you can force him into a little bit of a mistake. Open up that inside line, and you can take advantage.
As DeWale not getting right down to that yellow line through that corner there, so like you said, trying to force the mistake out of that driver in front. He's got that 9 closing in on him, so it's not much room for anybody to make mistakes up here. Ethan Johnson continues to drive away already, driving over a second out of our Muhammad Alif in 2nd place.
Yeah, if you're Whitlock here, you just gotta stick right with it.
Bide your time, 46 laps of our 100, just shy of our halfway point here tonight, so drivers starting to work. Tire wear maybe coming in 02, not getting down to the bottom there. That was
right there.
81 getting in an unfortunate spot. He had to check out, couldn't find a way past.
Oh, just letting him know he's there.
Yeah, he's been a rider. He's come off a little bit. That 9 also looking for a way by. That's Sterling Risley, so he's been up front in this whole battle all night long. So
and Whitlock just doing a slightly better job of wrapping around that yellow line right at the bottom.
and finding a little bit more speed around that bottom line. Falling right. Ooh, DeWale sliding up the track again.
Bag.
81 having to back out once again. When Zach's making these almost too close, when Zach's making these mistakes, he just can't get around him when Zach's slow through the corners. So like using that apron to try and get some rotation going, but you see Jason Wallet looking for a pass on Hogarth, Zachary's teammate, Zachary DeWale.
Oh, strong. Just slammed the door shut on Wallet right there.
That was close from Alexander Hogarth, so.
As mentioned, Stawecki too. He's up to P8 right now, hanging on to the end of this battle.
Yeah, he's looking to benefit from any mistakes coming out there. That just looking as we're 54 laps, we're already past our halfway point here tonight. 55, ooh, getting right up to his bumper.
Well, Wallet is really searching for a way to the inside. He might have it here.
Gets the nose in, gets alongside Alexander Hogarth here from St. Clair College, that Drexel car. Looking past, can't get the rotation through the corner.
Side.
This gets bumper clear now. And whoa, Alex.
Just a little touch.
Hogarth coming down on him a little bit as now the Whitlock's looking to get past the 02 of DeWale.
Opportunity finally opened up for him.
Is Risley looking to capitalize on this as well if nothing comes of it? He's right there on the outside. Gonna push a little bit here, finding sticking side by side the 02, overdriving a little bit into that corner. Get some momentum. This is hell of a battle right now. They're side by side. Sterling Rillsley getting into the wall a little bit there, but it like ooh.
Hogarth's slow. You got to watch out.
Yeah, I wonder what happened to the 20 of Hogarth there.
It's like he's had some trouble, but this has let Ryan Whitlock clear the 0-2.
Yeah, the 0-2 having to get out of that top lane to get past his teammate. Hogarth, yeah, I wonder what happened to Hogarth there, because he's dropped down, he's pulled into the pits.
Had a great run tonight, just a really unfortunate end for him. Meanwhile, Risley gets the spot.
Clear.
Whale fading just a little bit here over this long run.
Alrighty. Here's what happened to Alexander Hogarth. He's already got Jason Willott and Matt Stowecki on his inside as he slams the wall, the outside. Is that it? Yeah, maybe just broke some suspension on that. Yeah. Ooh, gets into Andrew Williams there, the 22. So.
Yeah, you got DeLong. Austin DeLong got the worst of that one. See where Hogarth gets his damage.
You saw him hit the wall heavy, so I can imagine he's got some total damage. Oh, and there he goes. There is another.
Austin and Williams tags him, and he enters pit road, so caution doesn't come out. That is very unlucky.
Almost backing back up onto the live track there.
That was the leader he almost took out.
That was scary. Almost taken out. Yeah, there we go. And then he pulls up and where he caught up to him. So that Andrew Williams got some front end damage from that as well. So that's an unfortunate end to his night. Here, Andrew Williams looking to get past the 78 car of Josh Comfer.
Got some banged up late models here tonight. Still 32 laps to go.
Yeah, Andrew Williams from Clemson, that car is banged up, and then the car right behind him, the 22, is just as damaged, so we are coming to 30 laps to go here.
Oh yeah, who's not damaged though, that's the 51 of Ethan Johnson. Just setting a blistering pace again tonight. No surprise from him.
Out in front, 3.5 seconds now out in front from him. Austin DeLong to battle this Ultima Corvette Mustang at the 24. The 24 looking, just not getting alongside Josh Comfer here. Andrew Williams looking for his way past and starting to run out of time. 27 laps to go now as he's going to pull alongside. Just not.
He wanted it. He wanted it.
Comfer just shutting that door. Not.
Oh,
Austin DeLong heavy into the wall. Give him a little more body damage to him. That's just running out of fenders to bang in now, so and all that apron around the exit of 4, so Josh Comfort, that 24 Andrew Williams is so close.
Yeah, hopefully these guys get settled out soon because it looks like they're about a second or so in front of the leader. A second or two. Meanwhile, it looks like Whitlock is catching our Muhammad Alif right now. Whitlock is actually keeping a rather steady pace right on
Whitlock's
right on
stuck
top
behind
of
some traffic
Johnson.
right now, so that's how he's catching up. Armahad Alif and stuck behind the 86 Drexel car, so Timothy Wilms getting in the way of Armahad Alif, and that's cost him a big gap up front. Ryan Whitlock right onto the back of the 12 of Armahad Alif. Lot of traffic, and here he goes. Ryan Whitlock sending it up the inside.
Yep, there he goes.
And from what at the start of this race looked to be an untouchable car up the 12 is now fading quickly. No real battling up front there, so have to wonder.
He's used up his stuff too.
Yeah, we'll see a lot of drivers battling some of this where Stowecki's real slow now, so he's stuck on the outside there. Austin DeLong getting alongside and through.
Yeah, I think unless
There goes
Stowecki
the
had
9.
an incident. Yeah.
That 12 car has used up all of the tires. Our Muhammad Alif is going slow, and he's got 20 laps to try and hold off Zachary DeWale now, so.
Yeah, this is the point in the run where you're starting to see the comers and the goers. You see Whitlock and Risley have been able to save their stuff, and now they have a little bit more tire than guys like our Muhammad Alif and DeWale.
Andrew Williams getting right up to the back of Comfort, still unable to find him as he's trying to bump him through, just find some way past this 78 car. Right up to the bumper again. He's not finding a spot through.
Stowecki currently the last car in the lead lap. So
Right
he just moved the 25 out of the way to put him a lap down, but I think if you're Comfer, Andrew Williams, Austin DeLong, you want to kind of really fight for this because the leader's coming. He's right there.
He's right there, yeah. Just one car separating this battle and the leader as Andrew Williams finally gets alongside. No, just unable to keep it there. Is he gonna get there on exit? Yes.
It is so difficult. It's so difficult to just get that run in there and stick with it. Because there's just enough momentum on the high side for the outside car to pull a little bit of an advantage, especially this late in the run.
Yeah, if you hold no mistakes, it's... Ooh! Andrew Williams getting very, very, very close to the 78 as he is just pushing him.
Yeah, it's instances like those where you got to resort to contact to see if you can force your way through. You know, Ethan Johnson is right on top of these guys. He is on the bumper of the 22, going to put these group a lap down.
DeLong looking to get out of the way here.
I don't know about that. He's fighting Ethan Johnson pretty hard right now.
There he goes. This 24, this battle up in front is not going to be what you want. Here the leader here at the 51 coming right up to the back of these guys as Ryan Whitlock. It's on the defense now from Sterling Rilsley. Starts to work his way back up to his bumper.
Whitlock does a nice job straightening out the exit on the corner. So exit just a little bit lower, but Risley is able to gain an advantage through the middle, but it costs him just a little bit on exit. So different strengths in different parts of the corner.
Ball State cars lap down, getting out of the way there, so. Ooh. Two very different lines on the exit of that corner. You saw the 9 going out a lot farther, a lot quicker. There to the 81, taking a little more shallow exit, so. Rilsley using a lot more of that apron as well to try and rotate that car, get some momentum down the straight. So we are 8 laps to go. This finish coming.
Fighting this 51.
Luckily for Ethan Johnson, there's not a whole lot of anybody behind him that he's got to worry about.
Umfer is doing a really admirable job of holding him off.
This is some incredible defensive driving from Comfort. He was defending that 24 who's all over his bumper. Now we have Ethan Johnson, who's been just the fastest car on the track all night long, and he is stuck behind this car of Josh Comfort. He cannot get by this UNC Charlotte of Sterling Rilsley now. Still looking for something on Whitlock.
Yeah, I think if you're the 78, you're just hoping for a caution. So if you can get back up to the tail end of the lead lap. And I think the rest of the field's hoping for a caution too, just to see if they have a chance at that 51 car, because he is cruising. Almost a 6-second lead.
And he cannot get anything on this 78 of Josh Comfort Kansas State University car.
Oh, he doesn't need to. He's got such a big lead.
Doesn't need to, and that'll be a incredible battle there. Oh, he's pushing. He's not just sitting back though. He is pushing for this spot.
Yeah, he's just got so much more speed.
2 laps to go here. Sterling Rilsley looking for anything to get alongside Whitlock. Right on the bumper, all over each other. These guys are so close.
White flag.
White flag in the air. Last lap for these guys.
Johnson is finally alongside the 78.
It's a checkered
It is
flag.
going to put him a lap down. Johnson wins.
And Johnson takes the win. These guys going to battle all the way to the line, but
just holds on.
Ryan Whitlock taking it here on Rilsley. Our Muhammad Alif holds on to that 4th spot from Zachary DeWale. He was battling that 0-2 late, so what cars? It's the 51 of Ethan Johnson, just gonna park it here on the stripe and click off. Routine night for him. Out front, start to finish, 100 laps, led, pole position. What a night for Ethan Johnson.
Yeah, we got a bit spread out here, and a nice long green flag run coming to the end. Only 6 cars finished on the lead lap. 76 of Jason Wall is the last car on the lead lap.
Jason Willott having a good night for himself, picking it up to 6th after winning the LCQ qualifier. So Ethan Johnson taking this one by 5.4 seconds. Just what a lead Ethan Johnson had, considering he was stuck behind a lap car for the last 10 laps there. So Ryan Whitlock behind him in 2nd, and Sterling Rilsley rounding out our top 3. And our Muhammad Alif ran into some tire troubles there at the end, getting caught up by Sterling Rilsley and Ryan Whitlock. He's ending in 4th. Behind him is the 0-2 St. Clair car of Zachary DeWale. Behind him, like I said, Jason Willott, our LCQ winner. Andrew Williams right behind him, that Clemson car in 8th. Austin DeLong, those two battling all night long. They caused their first caution. They ended in 9th. Matt Stowecki in 10th. And Timothy Wilms out of Drexel in 12th. Yes. Cale Davison going in at 13th. And Alexander Hogarth, not the night he wanted. He was out. His night done very early. He takes it in 14th. And Matthew Warren, his night ending very, very early. He's rounds out our race here tonight.
And this one was definitely a bit cleaner than the 2 races before it. But man, I think of the racing we saw tonight, pretty quality stuff. Really good battle for 2nd. Right at the end, you had the 78 at Comfer fighting Ethan Johnson to stay on the lead lap right until the checkered flag. Just pretty good stuff all around, I would say.
Yeah, the first car really to hold up that leader of the 51 at all. So very good defense from Josh Comfer there.
Let's do interviews.
Alrighty, and let's get our interviews started off with 3rd place Sterling Rilsley. Sterling, what a race from you tonight, working your way up, or starting 3rd, ending 3rd. A little bit of a mistake in the middle got you quite sideways there. Someone got into the back of you there. So how does that recovery drive feel?
Yeah, no, it actually feels really good. It was quite a scary feeling because, like, I was behind Ethan, I was feeling good. You know, I'm finally qualified good, started up front. I felt like I had a fair chance. Going into the corner, had her so far sideways, I was like, oh, no, it's done. It's over with. But recovered, and coming back through the field felt really good. And it made me feel good about myself, and it made me feel like I can really run this and do good. The last 2 races I've ran in the league haven't gone very good. Started in the back, kind of got wound up and stuff. But all in all, it was a pretty fair race, and man, it felt good to finally kind of end up somewhere.
Yeah, I think that's a really good drive from you tonight, holding serve in 3rd place. precursor a little bit. Are you live from your RV right now?
I'm actually not. I got back 2 weeks ago, or the last race at Lanier is when I was in the RV in Florida. I was really tempted to run the race at Lanier. I mean, it was like 10 o'clock. I had to wake up at 6 a.m. to get back to the track the next day. I was 3 days into the Nationals at Florida, and I just decided I was going to sleep in. But I look back and wish I would have done it. But nope, I'm actually in the comfort of my home, and I am glad I am.
Well, just an awesome effort for you tonight. So nice job. Definitely your best effort of the season. Hopefully you keep it going.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And before we send you on your way there, is there anybody you'd like to shout out here tonight?
Ethan Johnson, my buddy, he keeps me pretty well kept up in the iRacing stuff, and he teaches me and helps me out a bunch, and I owe a lot of thanks to him, Elite Performance Industries, and everything they do for me. And go ahead and give her one to old UNC Charlotte. They helped me a bunch, and I learned a lot from them.
Alrighty, thank you very much, Sterling Rilsley, and congratulations on your third place finish.
Thank you.
Alrighty, let's get our second place driver of Ryan Whitlock in here. Ryan, what a race from you coming back from 9th. That one's got to feel pretty good getting up into second place there.
Yeah, not too bad. Not the qualifying result I wanted, but 100 laps around a track like South Boston, you've got time to make stuff happen.
Yeah, you had a really good drive. I believe you started 9th, made your way all the way up to 2nd. What was the key to find your way through the field, eventually finishing P2?
Well, Lanier was such a wide track last race. South Boston was much narrower, so I expected actually more cautions than we got. But, I just kept my nose clean and found out what pace I had and just kind of took what came to me.
At the end there, you saw the 12 of our Muhammad Ali quite slow. You caught up to the back of him there. What were your thoughts going through when you saw him right there after he was over a second ahead just a couple laps before?
Well, I figured because I reeled him in, I figured he was having issues with tire management. That's pretty important in these cars. So I operated under the assumption that maybe his right front was cooked. And, I would put the chrome horn to him if I had to, but I didn't even need to do that. So yeah, just caught him down, and I figured I'd cross that bridge when I got there.
Alrighty, well, thank you very much, Ryan. Is there anybody you'd like to shout out here tonight?
Yeah, as always, I want to shout out the team, Charger Motorsports. They've supported me in the sim and in the real world. I got to shout out our sponsor, Mathnasium of Huntsville, as well as Blue Origin for helping support our young club and everything we do both in and out of the sim.
Alrighty, thank you very much, Ryan, and congratulations on the P2 finish.
Thank you.
Righty, and let's get our leader in here. He led start to finish 100 laps. What a race from Ethan Johnson out of Central Carolina. Ethan, what a race from you leading start to finish. How does that one feel?
Yeah, man, it felt pretty good. I know we had a good car when we went out there and practiced and ran a pretty good lap. I didn't really get to practice much this week. It's been kind of chaotic here with trying to get some real life racing bugs worked out and trying to do a bunch of different things. So I didn't really get to go on the sim much, but to be back and to be able to pull out a win in a dominant fashion is pretty sweet. I just like to thank all my friends. One of the ones, Sterling Risley, being in the race tonight, he kind of gave me somebody to talk to throughout the race. But it's always nice to have people that running the races, because you kind of have a little bit of backup when it comes to racing. But thankfully we didn't have to do much of that. But it was a good run, and I'm pretty happy with it.
Yeah, Ethan, another dominant drive from you. No surprise there. First place is pretty familiar territory for you in this series. But you had some interesting racing there with the 78 car. I believe you were trying to put him a lap down. What were you kind of thinking in those moments when he was really fighting you hard to stay on the lead lap?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I didn't want to wreck him. obviously, and I don't want to put myself into a bad position if we had to have a restart. And I knew if I just kind of rode behind them there for a little bit and just kind of count laps down, that a big enough lead um, behind me that I didn't have to worry too much about getting caught and racing for position. But it just personally, I don't know. It's kind of depend on who you talk to. It's with lap cars racing leaders hard. I feel it was a little too much in my opinion. But I mean, then again, they are racing out there too, so I don't blame them.
Yeah, those lap cars getting in the way, but what a race from you, leading every session we ran today, led the practice, led the qualifying, and never a misstep during that entire race. Just what was it that's able to just get you to lead every session?
Man, I like these short tracks and I like these supers, and that's about the only car that I can do well on iRacing. But I enjoy it. But it just I have a lot of fun doing it, and I kind of take my real life racing and kind of put it towards in here with running these such short tracks and my strategies and being able to keep the tires on it. And I feel like with all those combined, we're able to put on a dominant fashion like we do. But then again, I can't thank everybody enough, like my team, Elite Performance Industries, for backing me in iRacing as well and giving me the support that they have given, and just everybody in general. Everybody who races clean in this league. I've been a part of a lot of leagues, and some of them can get pretty hectic, but this is probably by far one of the cleanest ones that I've been in. And being able to actually race is a big thing too, and just green flag laps and just being able to work on long run strategy and just building off one race to another.
Alrighty, well, thank you very much. Is there anybody else you'd like to shout out here tonight?
I think we covered it, man. But then again, I just like to thank the admins too and everybody for putting on this race, and we'll get ready for the next one.
Alrighty, thank you very much, Ethan, and congratulations on your victory.
Thank you, man.
Oh, what a race we had here tonight, Andrew.
Yeah. CIL short track showdown, never any shortage of drama. Even though we had a little bit less cautions than we've had in previous races, but still plenty of action going on around the track. Like we just talked about the 78 car really fighting Ethan Johnson hard to stay on the lead lap right up till the end. Ethan Johnson finally found a way by him on the white flag lap. He had a really good battle for second between Ryan Whitlock and Sterling Risley. All the way up to the end, you got the comers and goers. Muhammad Alif had great pace at the beginning of the run and just kind of fell off just a little bit, still finished a solid fourth. So lots of different things going on at the same time. Just a really good race overall. Hopefully a preview of what's to come.
Yeah, gotta hope that this keeps up because that was some great racing. Love to see consecutive green flag laps. You never want a wreck fest where you're just maybe got 5-10 laps going and then you get another yellow. So the fact we only had 1 or 2 here tonight is great for us. So got a lot of green laps, got a lot of good racing, a lot of bumping and banging too to start off, which was surprising. That not a lot of bumping at the end, but right off the start when everyone was side by side, no one was taking a step back and just elbows out start to finish. So
yeah, I think when everybody's close together at the start, right up here the start or a restart, then you got lots of opportunities for contact, and we definitely saw that near the beginning of the race. But eventually we got into a bit of a rhythm. We kind of got to see the tire strategy plan, and I think that's a really good thing for our viewers to be able to see, is just see who's good at managing tires, see who's aggressive, see who knows how to pick their fights and whatnot.
Indeed. And if you enjoyed what you saw tonight, you can join us in a couple of weeks when we head to North Wilkesboro Speedway. That's where we're heading next, just 2 weeks time from now. I'm myself, Jordan Brooks, along with Andrew McCall and Matthew Norberg, would like to thank you all for joining us for your CIL Short Track Showdown. Have a great night, everybody.